Welcome back to Music Fanatic Reviews and News. I'm your host, John the Music Fanatic. It's not quite as warm out as it was yesterday when I did the review on August Burns' Red Guardians, but it's still a nice day where I'm at. Nice enough to kick back on this porch and do a little video for y'all. Hope you enjoy it. And of course, I've got my coffee. I'm also a coffee fanatic. And as you can probably tell by the cups I've been drinking out of, a Christmas fanatic too. Especially considering, it's only September. But hey. Today, we're going to kind of talk about a novelty record. I believe this album was released in 1990. It was shortly after the premiere of the show, and it was right at the time that the show was just taking this country by storm, merchandise everywhere, bootleg merchandise everywhere, and the makers of the show decided to capitalize on that and released this thing right here, The Simpsons Sing the Blues. Now, real quick, to just kind of understand how I look at this, the lens I look through this in. I was born in 1989, the very year that Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire, the Christmas special pilot, was aired. I grew up as a kid watching The Simpsons, and it was, and still is, one of my favorite shows. Now, to clear things up, the show that is on TV now that calls itself The Simpsons and the show that I love are two different shows. I am one of those that believes it has since become a program called Zombie Simpsons and is no longer The Simpsons at all. My belief is there are 9 seasons of The Simpsons, and season 10 began an entirely different series that's not near as funny and just isn't good. I just don't like it. But the original 9 have stood the test of time. I have them all on DVD. I still watch them. And since this came from the period when it was still the show, when I found out about this, missed out on this at the time, of course, it's like, 1990 says right there. I would have been 1 when this came out. And even though Mom and Dad were into watching the show, they wasn't big into merchandising, so they never bought it. So it stands to reason why I missed it. But when I found out about it, I had to have one. I got a CD. There was a vinyl release, but, I have a budget and I can't afford to give an arm and a leg for it, so even though I love vinyl records, so far that's just not doable. So I got this CD of it. Okay, what's interesting about this album is it has the cast from The Simpsons, actually them, doing their own voices, doing the songs. Which is cool, but what really makes it interesting is how well done the production is on this. Okay, the album is not entirely blues, although the blues part is not a lie. There's the disc. They even got the characters on it. Because there are blues songs, including Homer himself singing the Booker T. Jones song, Born Under a Bad Sign, with Homerish lyrics, which are great. Big bag of pork rinds gonna lead me to my grave. Which, another interesting thing about this album is B.B. King is the lead guitar player on that song. And I know Joe Walsh is on here, and there's several very professional musicians that play on this. And the blues songs are just, they're blues songs. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's Homer or Lisa or whoever singing, the music, you put it on, somebody hear this playing and not be able to hear the voices well, or off in the distance and they can hear the music play, and they're just going to think it's blues music. But the first track, Do the Bartman, and Deep, Deep Trouble, which are both Bart Simpson, of course voiced by Nancy Cartwright, are rap songs. And I think they're well done. They're enjoyable, but they almost seem out of place with the more blues-oriented rest of the album. Of the two, I think Deep, Deep Trouble is the cooler one. It really sums up the show, especially at the point when this was released, the mischief that Bart got into and such. And DJ Jazzy Jeff, who was with the Fresh Prince, which DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince are one of my favorite hip-hop performers. You can definitely tell it's DJ Jazzy Jeff working on the music for the song, and it's cool. As far as the blues on the album, we have School Day, which is really more of a rock song. It was a Chuck Berry song, and that has lead guitar by Joe Walsh, and it's Bart and Buster Poindexter. I don't really know who Buster Poindexter is. Some of you may, I don't know. But that's an interesting thing, and it's got the Chuck Berry, style of playing and everything. And like I already mentioned, Born Under a Bad Sign, Homer singing the blues, and at the end he even makes some jokes about he needs a blues name now, Blind Lemon Homer, or whatever. And B.B. King featuring Moanin' Lisa Blues is on here, which is actually sung in the show. Remember the episode where Lisa met Bleeding Gums Murphy? This is a full-length recording of it. Lisa sings it, and the music on that one is just phenomenal. When I say, the blues, that's the blues. I mean, the music is just out of this world. If you like blues music and you like The Simpsons, there's nothing to not like there then. Lisa also sings God Bless the Child, which is very interesting, bluesy song, and that one even has a guest vocal by Bleeding Gums Murphy himself. Homer and Marge sing I Love to See You Smile, which is a Randy Newman number. It's heartfelt, it shows the love of the two of them, which is also one of the reasons I can't stand Zombie Simpsons, because it's like the love the family had has been thrown out in the name of cheap jokes. But the song, being Randy Newman, strangely reminds you of You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story. I'm familiar with Randy Newman, but I haven't listened to tons of his music. I guess a lot of his songs have a very similar feel. Springfield Soul Stew is, to me, the weakest track on the album. Because basically, it's Marge talking and people playing music. It's not bad. I never skip it. It's enjoyable. But it doesn't have the kicker to it. And then look at all those idiots. Just kind of seems strange because this is the Simpsons sing the blues, but it's sung by Mr. Burns, which is actually very well done, and I like the song a lot. Probably one of the best ones on the album, but when the rest of the album is the Simpsons family, just out of the blue here, Mr. Burns is kind of crazy. And then Sibling Rivalry, Bart and Lisa's duet about, sibling rivalry, about basically how they compete and they are rivals, but yet they love each other. And it's got such a good feel to it that it actually makes a great closer to this album. So, in conclusion, I think The Simpsons Sing the Blues is a great piece of Simpsons memorabilia and a great collection of just songs. I mean, it's a good listen. I've listened to it several times since I bought it, and I can put it on. It's kind of fun and kind of fun for a laugh, but it also take it as somewhat serious listen. You're just kicking back, enjoying the music. So I would say if you're a Simpsons fan and you like the blues, buy it. And I will say finding a CD copy is not expensive at all. I said the vinyl is expensive, but a CD copy is not at all expensive. So find them on the internet all over the place. Pretty cheap. I think I gave like about $5 for this one. So that's my novelty review today. If you've heard the album, what did you think of it? You feel free to leave in the comments how you feel about this record. And if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, share, and hit it. If you enjoy these videos enough, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to see when I upload a new video. And if you got any requests, something you'd like me to review or talk about, you can leave it down there. I won't promise that I'll do it, depending on whether I'm interested in doing what you say, but I will definitely take requests into consideration, and you never know, I might just do it. So, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.